Hey everybody, it's Andy. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Aer City Sling 2 in the x-pac material. I've been using the City Sling 2 as well as the original City Sling as my everyday carry for when I don't want to have a water bottle or the extra bulk of a backpack for a long time now. For me, it's basically an extended version of my pockets, and I thought I'd do a video to show you all how I use it and what I think of the bag. If you like content like this and want to see more, please smash the like button on YouTube, leave a comment below with what you use in your sling if you use a sling, or how much space you need on average for an EDC, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps me out. Without further ado, let's get into it. To get started with some basics, the City Sling 2 comes in a few different colors and materials. There's a black Cordura, a heather gray, and then also this is the x-pac, I believe it's VX42. The first two of those come in at $89 directly from Aer, and the x-pac version comes in at $109. The City Sling 2 has a lot of improvements over the V1 version of the City Sling, and I'll be trying to outline those as I get to them. Looking over to start at the front of the bag, we have this sort of classic horizontal pocket with the YKK, I don't know if it's technically AquaGuard, but it definitely has that rubbery seal here, so it's going to be a water-resistant zipper. Inside, you have a nice bright orange interior. This looks like a 200D ripstop nylon. There is a clip right here with a little, metal thing where you can attach your keys. I have my keys and a little tile. As well as I usually tend to keep just an extra mask around in case I need it. This space goes into the volume of these little wingling things here, so if I want to have something and slide it over, I can usually use like this whole front area. I don't have anything too big that I'd fit in here usually, though I just leave it for the mask and the keys. Looking over at the side of the bag, we have this sort of unique thing that the City Sling does, where the little side wings have a little compression strap that you can compress just a little bit so that the wings fold flat against the side. This doesn't have enough give in it to actually compress the side of the sling at all. It keeps it at its full width. It just gets the little winglings laying flat, so I still don't think these are very useful. I didn't think they were useful on the original version of the City Sling. I don't think they're very useful here, but I guess it helps with the aesthetic of the bag at least. And they have that on both sides. Bottom of the bag is just solid. And the back over here, this is a bit new. The original City Sling on the back had nothing. The V2 version has this pass-through where you can actually store the straps if you don't want to use it as a sling and want to use it more as just an extended pouch. So you can take it out, slide one end all the way through, reconnect the magnet, and then just pull it back and then fold in over here and over here. And now it's like a city pouch instead of a city sling. I guess that this has been useful sometimes when I know I'm going to be taking an EDC bag around, like a Go Rick Bullet or something. I can just put this in there, have these straps tucked away so they don't get tangled on anything. I think this is actually a very nice improvement feature. Continuing to look over here at the straps, they did something significant in the way they changed these compared to the original City Sling. And there are two aspects. First, they have one of these fidlock buckles. These things are really cool. You slide them out to open, and then magnets keep them closed. And they also changed the way that they tighten. These ones have a little buckle on each side that you can loosen or tighten. And that way, I guess you can keep the fidlock with just it's like a nylon webbing holding it instead of having the straps dangling because it's all looped around. Contrasting this with the original version of the City Sling, you had a big, traditional style buckle and the traditional style pull through the edges of the buckle. And I think there are pros and cons to the way that the new City Sling does it. On one hand, with the new City Sling, I really like the fidlock buckle. I think these things are a lot of fun. It's really easy for me to just use my thumb, push it open, seal it closed. The other buckle had I had to squeeze pretty hard to get that open, usually always a two-handed operation. The con, though, is that the way that the buckle tightens, as it goes only as far as the edge here on both sides, it doesn't get any tighter than this loop right here. So if you're a bit thinner and you want to use this as more of a fanny pack instead of as a sling, you might be out of luck because for some people it just might not get tight enough to really snug fit around your body. If you're intending to use this as a sling though, or you're just not on the slender side, it's probably not a problem, and I definitely like the fidlock here. Alright, looking back at some more pockets, over on the back of the bag here we have the cell phone pocket. This has like a little hypalon pull, and it's just a large, roomy pocket. There's nothing in it. It goes basically the whole dimension. It's below the pass-through, so my finger in here is below my fingers over here. So it's underneath this orange material. That orange material is probably the same fabric as you have over here. And it just goes the full size of the bag. I put my phone in to demonstrate, but it's the camera filming this right now. One thing that I really wish they had done, and I think I might do this myself, is I wish there was a pass-through hole, just a little grommet going from here into the main compartment, so that I could have a phone charger in the main compartment and slide it through to charge my phone over here. I was thinking maybe I could just like puncture a hole in myself, but I haven't gone so far to do that yet. Still, I wish this was something they had on the original City Sling, and hopefully on the V3 they end up working that in. Something new to the City Sling V2 is they have a little handle over up top here. This is just a piece of that same seatbelt style webbing, and I actually find it very useful if I want to just grab the bag. The original one had no such handle. Nothing right there. And then finally, we have the main compartment. Before I open the main compartment though, I want to just touch on the profile of the bag versus the original. So we have the V2 over here with the handle, and we have the City Sling V1 over here without the handle. And overall, the V2 is a bit bigger. I think they advertise this at 2.5 liters in volume, and I definitely noticed that I can fit more stuff in it, but at the same time it has a bit more bulk. The V1 City Sling has a very defined shape, where it has these nice cutoffs, and the City Sling V2, when it's full, has a similar shape, but it just is a bit larger. So in instances where I know I want to put my sling in a backpack, and the backpack is going to be tough on space, I will actually use the City Sling V1, just because I know that it's going to keep things a bit more compact. Also, the zippers over here have been a bit smoother for me. I can zip it consistently with one hand. The roundedness over here has been very steady. Whereas on the City Sling V2, when I don't have it packed out, sometimes it will sink in and the roundedness is not going to be as steady. And so when zipping it, right now I've been using this enough that it's smooth, but initially I had to use a second hand to get it around that corner. Alright, now let's take a look inside the main compartment of the City Sling V2. We have here two more zippers, same like AquaGuardy style material. And then we enter into an area that I think is actually a very good size. Starting from the back, going to the front, we have here a large slip pocket. This goes all the way across. And we have the Aer design in San Francisco and the little x-pac logo here. I'm sure it would say Cordura on the other versions. And in this area, I keep my Tom Bin clear organizer wallet. This is basically the wallet that I use when I am carrying a sling. There's also, in the flap, a little zipper here. And in this zipper compartment, I will often put like my vaccine card or some other small papers, maybe a ticket that I need to keep with me. Got a little small zipper with a little rope pull to open that. On the other side of the bag, there's this elastic, I guess it feels like there's an elastic front here. It's not really elastic, but it's another just a slip pocket, and here's where I put my pills in a Tom Bin pouchkin. It's just like a small, goes about, maybe 4 inches width. And in front of that are two of these little bungee style pockets. In one of them, I keep a little portable battery and my iPhone charging cable. And in the other one, I will often have my AirPods or AirPods Pro. I just sort of stick those in, and I'll have a chapstick that I usually stick in there. So they just fit really well, and it's just a way to keep them a bit organized. I don't think the elastic here is like super strong that it's going to hold stuff in. You see it naturally hangs a bit loose, but it works pretty well. In the base of the bag, I'll often have just a few other items. I have a hand sanitizer, a little lotion. I've had this mask sitting here for a little while. I probably don't need it because I have the N95 in the front. And then I also have just a charging cable in case I need to recharge my battery or I have my computer with me. It's just USB-C on both sides. And then some pens. So with this open, you can see there's really a lot of space in here. I think the organization is really good. We also, I just feel like I'm able to fit everything I want in. Let's compare this now to the original version of the City Sling. So in the City Sling V1, we had a similar layout, though not identical. We have still that same open, all the way slip pocket, the same one where I put my wallet. But on the other side, we don't have that, 4-inch pocket where I put my pills. It's just all the way to the back is where the zip pocket is. And then the 2 elastic pockets, instead of having the sort of black stretchy mesh that I'm clearly able to stretch, it's the orange ripstop material over here. So this additional pocket right here is added organization in the City Sling V2, and for me, I find it very useful. All right, here I have the City Sling V2 on me. You can see it fits well across the back, over one shoulder, over the other. I can go pull it around, access whatever I want, sling it back pretty easily. Also, now that the sling is empty, I'm gonna hold on the flap here and try and zip it. And you can see that rounding the corner is a bit more difficult. I have to push it down and it just pops back up. So usually I'll be able to get it around there or over here if I go up first and then deliberately across. So when it's full, it's easy enough to zip, but when it's not as full or it's empty, you can see a bit of those difficulties. All right, so there you have it, the Aer City Sling V2. This is in the x-pac material, and overall, this is a sling that I use pretty much every day. It's really convenient for me to grab it on my way out. I know it has everything I need, and I don't have to worry too much about what's in my pockets, because I know that I'll have it all right here. And if I want to put it in a bag with other items, it's not so large that I can't do that. I will often just shove this into a backpack if I'm going to play my card game or something, alongside my deck boxes and all of that. So, what do you think about slings in general, and do you have a sling that you like to use over the Aer City Sling V2? Leave a comment below, and please, smash the like button on YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps me out. Thank you all very much for watching, and have a good day.